Hopefully Jake will be with us in a minute. He's not with us yet, but look, just a couple of quick announcements before we get into it. New album dropped, Southside Sunlight Volume 1. I got more volumes coming. And I have a bunch of collabs coming. One of my favorite collabs that I'm doing. We're still working on the song. We're gonna get it perfect. Is with this man right here, Shayden Adams. He's always been a real one, man. He like I've messaged him before. He was always real to me and stuff. So I figure I have him on. We have a real conversation because we have real conversations anyway. So what's up, Shayden?
What's up, brother?
You want to go ahead and introduce yourself? Like, say where you're from, what you do musically. You know what I mean?
What's up, y'all? I'm Shayden. Most of y'all probably already know me. But for the ones that don't know me, I'm 22. Versatile genre artist. You know, one minute I'm gonna do country, next minute I'm gonna do alternative. It changes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really talk about myself like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's what's up, man. So I was listening to music earlier and I was getting like some Aaron Lewis vibes almost, bro. Do you have what are your influences? Like, do you I feel like you like a lot of that 2000s, like the new metal, maybe like some Stains, some like Korn and stuff.
One of my biggest influences growing up was 3 Days Grace, most definitely. I love the raw, raspy vocals, dude, and I love it. Some I like, yeah, 3 Days Grace, and then it would be Breaking Benjamins, Evanescence, and Seether.
What's up, Prospect? People in the chat. Hey, so check this out. That's dope because like when all those bands were coming out, like I grew up on radio, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And like when those bands would come out, it was so dope because everybody like they had these dope ass rock stations back in the 2000s. And like I feel like that's what a lot of people grew up on is all that. And like I kind of get a lot of my songwriting from like Red Hot Chili Peppers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I really like how Anthony Kiedis writes because when he writes, he'll be telling you something that's face value, but if you know anything about what he's talking about, like any in-depth knowledge, it goes so much more deeper. I love songwriting and lyricism like that, man.
I feel you, bro. I love that type of stuff, dude. The way people write and what they write about, because I can't. All right, look. So I can't stand a person that writes about nothing. Like if you just like say, like if you write a song and you literally try to talk about something that you know nothing about, I lose all respect for you. Like I have a lot of respect for Old Skeet and all them boys out there because they write about real life shit. Like I can't stand people that write about like not life, bro. Like I can't stand people that don't keep it traditional. I can't stand it.
Yeah, I like well, for me personally, like when I started this music journey, I wanted to become like a real artist slash producer, you know what I'm saying? And for me, like individually, how it works is it's kind of easy to get in and like learn some beats and stuff and get you a cool sample or two and like start from there, like make you a little drum track, plug some stuff in. The way I learned really was to take samples and then kind of duplicate the samples. And for me, like I really like rapping on other people's beats better. But the reason I started with rap is because I could do it myself. You know what I'm saying? I could sit in this room and kind of do it myself. And then from the branching out part, it's really branching out and collaborating, like your music, my lyrics type thing. And it's dope when I get together with another artist where we write a song together because like you said, the song's got to be about something because, you know, if it's about like a toss up in the air or machismo, you know what I mean? Like that's one thing, that's the rap game and hip hop side of it. But yeah, man, the songwriting I noticed in your songs is really dope, and they're actually about something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely, dude. I love to write, dude. All right. So when I started out, I didn't know how to write. Like I couldn't write for nothing. I couldn't structure a song. I couldn't structure anything. I didn't know what went into building a track. I didn't know what it went to layer. I didn't know how to even record, bro. That's why I had people do it for me. Like I would go to different people's studios and they would show me how to do it, or they would do it for me. I just never could grasp it. And then when I got told that I needed to learn how to write my own stuff, I really sat down and I was like, if I really want this, I got to learn this. Like, I can't just beat around the bush about music and shit. If I really want this as a career and as a job and everything else like that, even as a dream at this point, like, I got to learn how to do this shit by myself without asking for help. But what most people don't realize, it's always good to ask for help if you don't know something. I think that's what people beat themselves up a lot, is because they jump into it, like, into the deep end of the music industry pool, and they always get shut out because they don't ask for help, they don't ask for guidance.
Right.
So
I'm a firm believer in mentors, like old Skeets in here. He's one of my mentors in this thing, but like lifelong, I've always believed in mentors, and really, you have mentors in your life, whether you're aware of it or not. Like, you have to have that awareness that that person is your mentor. Like, sometimes, like when I was younger, I'd have bosses, and I'm like, I do not get along with this person. And then I go back and look at the situation, and that person was really trying to help me all along. And when I was, this is like 17, 18, I would quit jobs left and right. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
So I really, when I was younger, I would buck against that mentorship. I would buck against that leadership. But like, now I'm 38. You know what I'm saying? Like, now that I'm older, like, I realize in my life, like, who my main mentors were, like, even though I didn't even know it at the time. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
So when you were learning, Swamp Radio here, what's up, Swamp Radio? So when you were learning, bro, like, did you teach yourself, or like, how did that go? Like, what, I mean, like, starting out, because you said like you realized you didn't know how to structure a song and stuff like that. Like, what? Tell me about that learning process, because really, I got college, so it was kind of like all laid out.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know music theory before college, but I could write bars. You know what I'm saying? So how did that go for you? Like, because I know you didn't get like schooling like that, but like, I want to know about that process. You know what I mean?
So basically, to start it off, I had this friend. His name was Wesley, and he was always making music like every day. We lived together. He was making music. We talked on the phone. We always talked about music. Like, there was not a moment in the day where we weren't structured around music. And I just got influenced. Like, I was like, not influenced, but like, I was intrigued by it. And like, I would literally sit beside this man, like, looking over his shoulder, like, what the hell are you doing? Like, type deal. Like, I wanted to know. And he would tell me all this type of stuff, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, I totally understand that one. I didn't understand a damn thing. And when he was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put you in front of this computer. Here's the mic. Here's the interface. Here's the headphones. Go to work. I'm like, okay. I didn't do shit. I didn't know what I was doing. I just sat there for hours just thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Have you done anything?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Well, watch out. I'm just gonna help you." And then when me and him cut my song, my cover song of "What Hurts the Most," he showed me how to layer. He showed me how to intertwine my vocals with the beat to make it sync. He taught me all this stuff, and that's kind of how I kind of know how to do my stuff now. There's a little bit of through him and a little bit of YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, when I was going through that school, it was a lot of video learning like that. And the cool thing about them was like they would have like all these different badass producers from like over the years that were like now teaching classes and stuff, and they would kind of collect all those videos from all over and pull them all together.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, like, I I unlocked the key of music theory, and it opened up like a whole world because I was a linguist, you know what I'm saying? And music is a language, but I never knew how to read the language. And then when that clicked, it was so cool because like straight up music is a language. Like you mesh with it, you mix with the vibe. I think it really changes people. It could really change people, like not even like the sound of the, or not even the content of the lyrics sometimes, but like the sound of it can change like how you feel emotionally. But like those deep hidden meanings in the lyrics are my favorite thing to do. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude. If you can write lyrics that have total meaning, and you can actually tell somebody what they mean and break it down like structurally, you've done your job. If you can't do that, you can't tell. If somebody asks you what this song's about, I know because I've done it. I've said I don't know what my own song's about before. But like if someone can ask you, "Hey, what did you write about? You know, what's this song about?" and you just say, "I don't know," then that
Mhm.
makes you look bad a little
Yeah,
bit. But like, I mean, half my songs, dude, are written off of emotion and uh life events, bro. And just, you know, not gonna say bullshit, but bullshit. You
right.
know, they're basically built around the bullshit I went through in my life and what I'm still going through. Because you know, music's a learning curve.
Exactly.
Music can be used as a healer and it can be used as a killer. And there's a lot of people out here that can't handle it. They think they want to jump in the water and say, "Yeah, I want this music shit," but once they get a taste of a little bit of taste of it, they back out.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure involved for sure. I saw something earlier today that really struck me. I think it was Joe Budden on a video. He was talking about just making the music and making it for like you and your people. You know what I'm saying? So using the oh, Skeet threw me off. He said power of the bard. He knows I'm a Norseman. He knows I'm a Norseman. But damn, where was I going with it? I forgot what the hell I was saying. I did smoke before this. I am a stoner. That will happen from time to time. You like that Swamp Radio? Hey, what Swamp Radio is doing is dope, man. Have you seen that? You can submit some songs and he's getting like a bunch of I guess he's getting a bunch of fan bases together, you know what I mean? Like having a bunch of different people on his radio. I also wanted to promote that spin that on here too, man, because that's really cool for the artist, bro. And I know you got to spin that account too.
Yeah.
I think for the future, that's going to be really big though, because they're putting a lot back into it for the artists. And I'm stoked about starting to do those lives on there because they're actually trying to pay out for the lives pretty good. You know what I
That's
mean?
good. That's good.
So tell me about like when you first started distributing, like the music business side, like the actual business of it, like how you started putting out your stuff. Like, do you publish? Like, how did that work for you like how did you go about releasing that first single? You know what I'm saying?
So before I even found out how, like I said, before I even found out how to structure or anything, how to make a song, I would uh use SoundCloud because you know SoundCloud was the original DSP before DistroKid, TuneCore, AWOL, everything else like that. I would use SoundCloud to put my stuff out because I didn't know how to set up all those accounts for those distributors. And then once I found out how to like do it, I started just using. I bounced around with different DAWs, not DAWs, but DSPs. I bounced around with United Masters, DistroKid, AWOL, Record Union, different stuff like that. But I'm sorry, what was the question again? I'm kind of faded.
Oh, well, like your first like when you released your first one, you like tell me about that process like on business side of it. Like
Oh, marketing side of things. Okay.
yeah, like for example, like for me, for this album that I just dropped, I didn't do much promotion at all. Like I had dropped little hints that it was coming, and I kind of dropped a single about a month ago, and then I dropped a single on Spin That. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of how I did my latest. But like for my first one, like I just signed up my DistroKid account and I just kind of put like the best thing that I had, like the most quality song that I had at that point. Like in my mind, I just threw it up there, that Felony song, because I felt like that Felony song would like spell it out for people. Like when they first find me, they were like, oh, what's this dude's first song you put out? And it's this song about all my felonies and it's running it down for real for like,
Yeah.
not for no clout or nothing, because it's really not clout. Like if you go look my fucking name up, like you're gonna see felonies. So I'm like, yeah, I want to see, a rapper that has felonies like me. You know what I mean? Like when 50 Cent come out, like that was dope. You know what I'm saying? Because you could tell right away in his raps that he really did some shit. Whereas opposed to Eminem, he is a dope ass lyricist, but like you could tell like he was more fantasy bars and like saying shit to make you laugh and everything. So for
Yeah.
me, I kind of wanted to combine that, you know what I'm saying? Like say some cool shit, some shit to make you laugh, some shit to make you think, but also like some shit to be like, yeah, my life, like you were saying for the songwriting, like what's this song about? Well, you know, about my real life, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's the dopest thing.
I think for the marketing aspect of things, when I released my first track, I used DistroKid. Um, and DistroKid's great. I love that DSP. But for the marketing aspect of things, dude, there wasn't. I really didn't even know how to market. I didn't know how to promote. I didn't know how to do that. Uh, I really just did stories. You know what I'm saying? Like the Instagram stories type deal. Like 'cause that's what I was really known on was Instagram when I started out, and I would promote on Instagram and Musically before it became TikTok. So that's really it, bro. I literally just sent my songs out to people on my stories. I would sometimes send them through a text message type deal, be like, "Hey, go check out this track. Go check out this record, this, that, so forth." And that's pretty much it, bro. Like I said, I'm still learning. I still don't know how to formally or like functionally, work this type of shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're always learning. I mean, bro, like when I went to school, I always refer back there because really I went to school to kind of be behind enemy lines, so to speak, knowing I was going to be an independent artist, you know what I mean, and not
Hmm.
wanting to sign to anything, but I wanted to learn how to make that money. So really when you because I wanted to learn how to do the art, but like they brought along the music business side of it. So what they were talking about was really sync licensing. They're talking about publishing your work so you can the publishing like ASCAP for example. On ASCAP they're gonna look everywhere and make sure that like everywhere my song is played, I'm getting paid for it. Like however it comes, but if you don't have all your sync licensing and your
Hmm.
mechanical licensing and everything in order, a lot of people don't realize until they have that stuff in order that it's not going to get as wide of an outreach, and you really are having to, just trap yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like your product is your music. Because I used to sell packs. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, like being on the phone and selling that album like that to my homies would be like making sure they know about it, or like seeing people that like my stuff and like going to like check this album, or different groups. Like I feel like that's the new age marketing and the way to be. But like for to us to get ahead of these record companies, we really have to have all that licensing in there, because if you get in there with the licensing, then you're really getting all your money, and you're saving yourself that 10% by getting a manager who's going to literally go to the same websites you would go to
Hmm.
and log in your information for you.
Well, see, that's the thing with me, bro. You grew up in a different time period where you
Oh yeah.
actually had when you had the burners and everything else like that, bro. I don't even know if burners are even still a thing.
Well, see, all right, example here. Tom McDonald, he was printing his CDs at home for a while. I'm pretty sure he orders them from a company now. But
Hmm.
like people are doing stuff like that, kind of like pressing their own CDs. And I want to get a CD press of my own so I could do like, I was thinking like little, five song little mixtapes and stuff, and then just pressing a limited amount, or if like there's big demand later on, like a re-release of that type stuff.
I
You know what
got
I
you.
mean?
Yeah. Um. Shit. Where was I going with this?
For the
You.
marketing.
Yeah. There's so many ways. There's so many ways to market nowadays, man. You got the CDs. You got the flyers. You got people, sharing the music. You've got where you can put money behind your stuff now. And
Yeah.
like you made a good valid point with the ASCAP and mechanical royalties. Like, see, when I started out, I didn't even know what a mechanical royalty was.
Right.
I didn't even know what ASCAP BMI was. I was just
Right.
told, hey, you have to have that to make that type of money from your music.
Yeah.
And I started out fidgeting around with BMI, and I never could really understand what BMI did or how to even use it. And then when I found ASCAP, uh, they like literally sit down and make videos for you to learn how to do this. And
Right.
so
Right. I that's why I use ASCAP. They're so easy to use.
I I've always wanted to try out the CD thing, walking down the street handing out CDs type deal. I've always wanted to try that, and just to see what would happen. But with like I said, with the TikTok shit and the Instagram shit, dude, it's everything's so easy nowadays because of the internet and how powerful the internet is. Like, you could literally, all right, say me and you have our song, right, the Pop the Top remix,
Right.
and we don't even like know what to do to promote it.
Right.
So we're gonna go to the internet and be like, hey, how do I promote this? Like, we're gonna figure out what's the best way and what's the good way to promote this shit. Well, we find out all these royalty companies and everything else like that. The internet's falling apart. Yeah, it really is. But we find all these outlets and we use all these outlets. But the outlets don't work half the time. Out,
Right. Well, I mean, I've done a lot of research on this, bro. I've read a book called The YouTube Formula, and I've read a couple other social media and influencer books. And these companies, they want you to pay into them. Like, okay, like Facebook, they want you to pay for ads because you could have, like, I notice it on my Instagram. Like, I'll put a post up and I have like the same maybe 10 to 20 people that'll react to it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like literally the people that are like riding with me and da da da. But like it said, it'll show a post and it'll say 135 views, and then it'll say 2 or 3 likes and 1 comment. You know what I mean? But who are those views? You know what I mean? And
yeah,
that's the weird thing for me. Like, who are you showing that to? And like, whose time are y'all wasting? You know what I mean? Almost like I don't want to feel like a commercial when I'm just throwing out a video. You know what I'm saying? But like I want to let people know what's going on. You know what I mean? So I've had to kind of become a social media type cat, but like no, at the same time, I want to keep it real, and I'm noticing the censorship and shit too. You know what I mean? Because as soon
yeah,
as you start keeping it real or give like your like funny observation, like man, everybody's complaining about being broke and not having money, and the gas prices are so high, but there's new gas stations everywhere, like stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like just little factual observations that it's like, you know, I feel like there's more powerful people than me that would not want people to like have that common consensus of like this is bullshit. But I think that's coming to that anyway in this country, like in general. You know what I mean?
it's yeah. So you saying with you talking about the gas and everything, nobody wants to go there, but it's a need. It's a necessity.
Right.
There's people out here that think music's their necessity. They've got to have it. They want to hear it. They need it. You know, the people who listen to music and stream the music, they're helping us out, and they're also helping themselves out. So like you've got these people that battle depression, that battle I'm not gonna say the word, but that S thoughts and everything like that, and that just wanna that don't know how to that don't have an outlet. That don't have an outlet to reach out to people because they're either scared, they're shy, this, that, and so forth. And then they go to music. They go to the music. People cope in different with different mechanisms. Everybody's got a different coping mechanism. Like there's people that I know that have literally told me that they will listen to one of my songs and they'll name one specific song on my catalog that literally just gets them out of shit. Like my song "Things That Was Left Unsaid." It's literally about abusive relationships. Name 5 people that have been in an abusive relationship that can't talk about it because they're scared to.
Right.
You can name more than 5.
Right.
You know, people need an outlet, whether that be a therapist, the police, any type of thing, whether it be drugs, drinking, whatever. they need an outlet. And I'm glad that people can use music as their outlet, whether it be songwriting, listening to the music, building a track around their feelings. I'm glad people can do that. I'm glad people choose us to do that for them.
Yeah, that's really dope. Like when you can emotionally connect to the fan base. But check this out. Here's what I want to talk about next. Speaking of like connecting with the fan base and having that like release in the music, tell me about your experience with live shows. Like, I didn't look too far back in your stuff, but have you like done a bunch of live shows, or are you thinking about it? Because I have some stuff to say about it, but I want to see what you're talking about.
I've done all right. So technically, I've only done one, but if you in retrospect, I've tried to do two. So before I was even a name, I was just a figure.
Right.
I had booked a show for the VFW to, and all the money that I made from that was going to go donated to the veterans home. Well, they forgot about my show, that I had even booked it, and nobody showed up. I had just went and spent $400 on sound equipment, microphones, plugs, amps, whatever, you name it, I had it. And I was literally like, bro, that's $400 down the damn drain. That I didn't even pay for the show to even get booked, bro. I just called up somebody because it was my old ROTC instructor that owned it, that was the commander of it, and I was like, hey, I'm doing this music thing. I want to play a show, and they booked it and everything, and I promoted it, and then the day that I go and play, nobody shows up. Even the commanders don't show up, and they literally tell me, oh yeah, we forgot you were even coming to play. But I have played one show. It was in Franklin, North Carolina at 420 Fest
Nice.
With Old Skeet, Mr. 359, Big Mendo, all the country rap cats.
That's the one. That's the one I seen the pictures of. Because I was trying to think. Bro, I look up so many artists all the time, and I only talk to certain artists, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I conversate with you sometimes, and I've talked to different people, but like for me, like I'm trying to get a group of people to do live shows, man. Like and it needs to have like variety. Like I know I lean more toward like hip hop, and I do have some country rap stuff. I actually want to start doing a little bit more country rap. And I do have some really dope country rap features coming out. uh but it's all like collabs. I do want to do a country rap project, in the future, but I feel like I don't have like the connects yet, or the way I want to do it in mind yet, because I have all these other projects that I know what I want to do with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So going piggybacking off what you're saying about the collabs and everything. I've learned through the 5 years of me doing this that I'm not going to work with anybody. I'm not going to work with just anybody.
Right.
But I've had so many people lie to me about working with them and backstabbing me in the back, by talking shit about me on their stories or on their reels, And I don't care, bro, because if you're talking about me, you must be talking about something great. You're giving me clout. You're giving people
Right.
like, okay, I want to know who this Shayden Adams kid is, and then that's when they lead to follows and comments and likes and streams and everything, bro. I've got to where if I'm gonna work with you, besides the people that I actually fuck with, like you, Mendo, Mike, Old Skeet, Prospect, the list goes on. But there's some cats out here in this lane that I will literally make sign a contract. Like, you want to work? All right, sign a name on this dotted line. If you back out, I'm never working with you at all. I'm that type of guy. Because I'm not gonna waste your time, why would you waste mine?
Right.
And see, that's
Exactly.
why I'm glad that me and you are friends and everything. We have actually had this talk
Right.
and
Yeah.
everything. And dude, I'm glad I'm not gonna say privileged, but I'm humbled to have you on Pop the Top, bro. Because every person that I have let listen to your verse is so relatable to all these fake country rap cats. I'm not talking about anybody in this live,
Right.
but there's country rap cats that rap about being from the country that don't even know how to hook up a bass rig.
Right.
They don't even know how to drive a pontoon boat. They don't know how to even do anything outdoorsy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I like to separate myself from the fakes and keep myself with the reals.
Hell yeah. I mean, I appreciate that, man. And I really appreciate any project I'm a part of. And I try to reach out to people and stuff. And I've had some crazy stuff happen before, but it wasn't nothing that like threw me off my track. You know what I'm saying? Because really the thing I've learned from the school and then like just living life in general, especially being in prison, you know what I mean? Like you just learn that, you can interchange with people, but you always want to test that, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
not everything. I mean, if there's red flags, don't touch it by any means, but like if there's something like it, like from a Christian perspective, they would say like, testing everything in the faith. For me, I would be like, being aware of my surroundings more, because there was a time when wasn't very aware of my surroundings once, and it got me in a little bit of trouble, but I ended up getting myself out of it in a little graceful way. You know what I'm saying? And I, I,
Mhm.
I think like my life experiences help with that. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
think if I was more like emotional about the shit, and you know what I'm saying, I did have reason to go off about some shit, but I didn't do that. I wanted to like grow instead of like lean into the negativity of it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And that's just for me, man, because I have so much dope art that I want to put out that I don't want anybody else's vibe fucking up Swamptree's vibe. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like anything that happens in the world coming into like my music, if it's not like part of my personal life, you know what I mean? Especially if it's coming from potential competition. For me, I already knew that, I already know in the future from now that there's gonna be some bullshit. Like it's I put it in my songs that, I put my songs in a way that let people know that if they want to do the beef thing, I'm down, but like I'm not really trying to, but we could do that. You know what I mean? Like because I got some shit to say. Really, I have a message, but really, if what falls into my message is defeating your enemies, whether they be with the demons within you or some lame ass motherfuckers without you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's like talking about Prospect just made a really good comment because he agrees with me on the negativity type shit. When we did country rap roots, I met a lot of the artists that I have talked to on in DMs and on phone calls that I didn't know how they were gonna be in real life. Because you can only assume so much.
Right.
That's like King Kush, Tony Bone, Old Skeet. I've talked to Old Skeet more times to call him a father figure at this point.
Oh
But
yeah.
all them cats, Big Mendo, Zach Spade, Boondock Kings, everything like that, bro. Everybody represents themselves to an extent. You know, all them cats that I just listed off. Hell, even you, bro. Y'all are all so humbling, bro. Y'all are all so vibey, humble to be around as well. Like I love talking to the ones that I talk to because I feel like I can learn so much knowledge from y'all, bro. And even the cats that are even still, coming out and learning on about how to do their own careers and shit, bro. Piggybacking off of one each other for ideas and advice, bro, is not a bad idea. It's
Right.
not. It works. It fucking works. And if like with me and Mendo, for example, you know, when me and Mendo became good, when me and Mendo became friends the first time, we would always piggyback. We would talk about, each other's like type of song ideas and everything. And yeah, there was a part in time in my career where I got jealous if one thing happened to somebody else and it didn't happen to me. I was that type of person. I don't care about that no more, bro. Because at the point
Right.
at this point, it's all about keeping your good relationships. It's all about good business relationships, bro.
Right.
That's why everybody in this country rap lane. And I'm not influencing myself in this country rap lane at all because I'm not country rap. You know,
Right.
I don't really know. I think I'm like alternative rap type shit. I don't know. But everybody that I have met in this country rap lane, I can honestly say there's been some bullshit with it, but everybody is so humbling, bro. Like
Hmm.
it's like literally love from me to you to everybody in this chat. Literally.
Right.
And every
Well, see, go ahead.
I'm good. Go ahead.
No, well, see, for me, like Yeah, King Kush said I'm not country rap. I have country rap songs. I'm not mostly country rap, but I'm a country motherfucker. Like, but like I wouldn't call myself country as in the country music. I would call myself country as in like forest. You see what I'm saying? Like I went to SEER school, survival school, when I was in the military, and we just stayed outside for 5 days, and that was the first time really I had done that. Like I had been camping for a couple days before, but like staying out like 5 days in the sticks, like with a bag of stuff. And I was like, nah, this is where I'm at. You know what I mean? This is me. Because when I was growing up, I really was in city limits, bro. I grew up on the West Bank. If you hear Scream from Suicide Boys talks about Marrero or the West Bank, 5'9" is actually 5th through 9th. I remember being in elementary school and talking about 4th Street hoes. Like they're like 5th Street through 9th Street. 4th Street is the business district. So like we would always say you stack like a 4th Street hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like I grew up with the country radio. See, like in my generation, all you had was like maybe 8 or 9 stations, and then you had like the top 20 CDs at whatever CD store you went to. They'd have this rack with the top 20 best sellers. If you think about that, dog, it's not many options. Like you could literally memorize the top 5 albums every month. You know what I mean? So everybody was getting everything like that. But now it's become a little bit more compartmentalized, especially because of these algorithms and shit. You see what I mean? So unless you have something go viral and then you maintain consistency with the viral shit, I mean, it's like you carve out your lane, and it's so slowly carved depending upon how you go about it and what you do. But like, I want my, like the way it is today now for an artist, bro, you could be like Lil Wayne in 07, like be on a feature on everybody's shit. Like you, like Mercules, like that dude has features with like here, there, everywhere. You know what I mean? Like Wayne did back in the day. There was the time when he was in the top 20 and he had like 13 or 14 songs that he was either his song or featured on in the top 20, bro.
Yeah.
And like, I think it's cool that that's the way forward for the independent lane. Like you were saying, it's like a web. Like I'll work with you and refer you to this person, and this person's cool. Like big shout out to Tone the Bone, bro, because Tone the Bone, like, he throws me bones. You know what I'm saying? Like Tone the Bone is the man, because he'll be like, you know, if anybody ever asks him, man, you know, anybody can write some shit on this song, he always refers them to me, because he really knows, you know, that I've really been through shit, and that, you know, I have the capability to talk about a wide variety of subjects because of the fucking life I lived. And I really wouldn't wish my life on many people, bro. Yeah. I started out a military veteran, and they kind of burned me because my family fell apart while I was in. So like, then I became like slowly faded into becoming a criminal, like weed man, then dope man, then dope head, then locked up. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of like a early arc, and it started going down, and I'm in my early 30s. Like, bro, was that just my life? Like, that's it? Now I'm a felon. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel
and like, now it's like I have this giant opportunity to do some kind of redemptive thing in my life, because I've done a lot of bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to work toward, especially by having this program. You know what I mean? I want to like literally give back to the people that I fuck with, and I fuck with you, dog. I dig your music. I was bumping it earlier. That's why I said you have mad Aaron Lewis vibes, like you write all your own songs, right?
Yes. Except for Pop the Top, the original, I had a co-writer on that, but all the rest of it was written by me.
Hell yeah. Was it like a homie or just a music collaborator? Or?
It was my cousin. He's always told me he's always wanted to write music, and I was like, well, now's your chance. Don't blow it.
Hell yeah. Man, family's the best, bro. There was a time I didn't have my family. Like I tried to start, like had several attempts at families. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I kind of wish I would have waited in the first place sometimes. But on second thought, like I really don't regret any in my life because I went through some bullshit, bro. And it made the bullshit that we go through. Like I can tell in your songs, you've been through some shit too. Like the bullshit that we go through as men, like, is what makes us stronger. And how you handle that, it defines your character. You know what I mean?
Yes, most definitely, bro. I have so I've got 6 tattoos, right? And my favorite tattoo out of every tattoo that I have is the Never Too Late tattoo right here. And it's literally a 3 Days Grace song.
Oh
And
yeah,
the reason I got that tattoo, bro, is because that song speaks so many languages and it talks about so much shit, bro. Like, bro, you may think it's never too late to, you may think it's too late to fix yourself, to start over, to rewind, bro. It's never too late. It's never too late to start clean.
right. Clean slate, man.
Hmm.
Yeah. I for me, it was discouraging kind of because there are society, if you get a felony, you have this stigma over you, you know what I'm saying? So you have to work your way around, like the awareness. That's part of mental freedom, like the awareness of, like, you're in the situation you're in because of the choices you made in your life. You know what I mean? Because a
Yeah.
lot of people are like, oh, the system gets us down. Yes, to a point. I mean, but if you want to say the system gets us down, you could also say English limits us because it's not every language. You know what I mean? It doesn't make
Yes.
sense like that.
Not.
There's boxed in with English unless you know English and Spanish, and then there's like a Venn diagram. You feel me? It's not like a set solid thing in life,
Yeah.
especially because we all perceive our lives. Did you see that thing? There's like a scientific thing, bro, where it's actually the quantum physics where the thing you observe changes because you're observing it.
Everybody's the way that I see that. Everybody's cortex, speaking scientifically here,
Yeah,
everybody's cortex changes as we age. So we may think we understand something one point in time of our life, and then we hear the same shit at a different time period in our life, and it's like completely reversed. Like it's rewrote in our brains, bro. Like we may think that we understand, oh yeah, they just went through a breakup. But then you go through the same breakup, bro, and you're like, oh shit. That's why it was like that. That's why Buddy shut down. You
right.
know, when we can only interpret so much stuff from other people, but until we live it in our own lifespan, we're never going to understand what other people go through until we go through it ourselves. That's
Yeah,
why that's why I
the
love,
experience.
yeah,
Yeah.
the experience.
See, when I was learning about my hammer, bro, that's one of the things. Like wisdom is a big thing. Like Odin is the god of wisdom, right? So like,
Hmm.
the definition of wisdom is like really emphasized because for me the definition of wisdom is for what? Oh, you ain't gotta be sorry about it. For me, the definition of wisdom is like all the knowledge you have plus all the experiences you have, combining those and then making right choices. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Yeah.
you can still have all this experience and knowledge and then go uh you can have all this experience and knowledge and then be like, oh, I'm going to use this for devious means. You feel me? Like I know all these things and like I'm going to use it an advantage of that other person, but like in the end you still know you did that even if it didn't hurt that other person. They just like ignorantly like helped you in some way. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And you knew you were getting help, but they didn't really know they was helping you out like that.
Hmm.
You
That's
know what I
why
mean?
that's why I say music works in different ways. That's why that's it, and it's true, bro. It's true. Music works in totally different ways for some people, bro. Like you've got people out here that think that they know everything in the world. That
Right.
think that nothing can hurt them, that they will never hit rock bottom. And they
Right.
always when you tell them, like, for example, I had a buddy of mine and he was like, I'm gonna be the biggest artist, everything else like that, man. Because he signed a record deal for $230,000.
Damn.
Remember Wesley I was telling you about?
Yeah.
About it was him.
Okay.
He signed a record deal for 230 grand. And I told him, I was like, bro, what are you gonna do with that? You know, like you need to either invest it or use it smartly. He's like, I'm gonna go buy this, that, and the third. And I'm like, bro, what are you gonna do when the music stops coming? What are you gonna do when the royalties stop coming in? What are you gonna do when you have writer's block every day? You know, he was like, that's never gonna happen to me. That's never gonna happen to me. I'm never gonna get writer's block. The music's never gonna stop coming in. The money's never gonna stop coming. I'm like, bro, there's always a screeching halt for something. Right now, he's living that screeching halt. Because if he
Right.
would listen to me, he wouldn't be living like this.
Right. Well, sometimes you really got to learn things on your own too, man. I had a real hard time with that when I was younger. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like, especially going into the military will make you feel like you know what you're doing when you still don't. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm under orders, so I know exactly what I'm doing. Meanwhile, your personal life's over here that the military could give a shit less about sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you have good superiors and it's a real strong team and you all support each other, that's one thing. But like the situation I was in where it was like linguists and it was very like it was kind of political. And I'm not real big on like the political stuff, like, you know, I'm more into like proof of work, not whether or not I like somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could not like I could work with somebody and not stand them, but at the same time appreciate their work. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about like physical, actual labor. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about musically. If I didn't get along with someone musically, it doesn't make sense to do anything with them. You know what I mean? Except for like rap features and stuff. But I'm really not I really don't like try to make money off features. You know what I mean? Like for me, I don't really try to make money, bro. Like I like the art form. I like the culture of it. That's why I'm doing this podcast, because I like to talk. I like to talk and like give my insight on stuff, but I'm also curious about people too. You know what I mean? Like, and I want people to have their platform where they could say what you want to say. Like you come on here and you said what you had to say. Like it makes you feel better as an artist that your fans can come on and be like, yes, that's our guy and that's how he feels. And like, maybe that will be the way they feel. You know what I mean? Or maybe they'll be like, I don't like that he feels that way about that, but I still fuck with my guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that out here, bro. There's a lot of what is it? What's the word? What's the terminology for it? There's a lot of self-influence in music. And the fact that you've got people out here that listen to these bigger cats, you know, that's bigger than us, you know.
Right.
They literally influence how everybody lives their normal day-to-day life. You know, and
Oh,
you talking about the money and everything about that, bro. Music is not, it would be good if it was, but music is not something that financially drives me. You know,
right.
fame's not something that financially that strongly drives me and everything, bro. Like, yeah, I've got a little bit of like I got a little tiny sliver. We all do. Everybody in this room, everybody's known for something. You know, you're
Right.
known for your music. I'm known for mine. Everybody in this chat is known some way, some shape, some fashion.
Yeah.
But the way that we use that to our, if we use that for our gain, it's never gonna stay stable. If we use it to help other people and everything else like that, bro, that's where we really succeed. That's the biggest reward of everything like that. You know, like you get like with your music and stuff like that, dude. You talk about everything. Like you talk about what you went. You talk about your jail time, your way of living. When I can't remember if you told me you were homeless at one point in time,
Oh
but
yeah.
like you talk
I've
about
been all
all of
the
that.
things. I've been homeless, broke, addicted. I've been a deadbeat dad before, bro. And I, you know, coming back from being a deadbeat dad is really fucking hard. Like I still have kind of messed up relationships with my older kids. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I found this guy. I would always say do better, but I found this guy. His name's Perry's. He runs this thing called Perry's Powerhouse Fitness, and I don't interact with him in a business level, you know what I'm saying? But what I do interact with him is he does a lot of cut and dry motivational stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the video that I have the most views on Instagram, I just got done working out and I'm like, man, if you ain't shining like this after you get done working out, you didn't work out. You was just playing with yourself. Keep pushing. And this one, I had 3,500 views on it out of like nowhere. I was like, oh, it didn't have nothing to do about music. It was like 100% real, but like, I just felt like telling somebody something that might motivate them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. That's like with me, dude. The videos that I have that blow up, some of them are about music, but some of them are not. The ones that are not, bro, it's literally just me telling my perspective.
Right.
Like how calling out people. Like I don't like
Or
calling out
keeping it
people.
real.
Yeah, for real, for real. And I don't like calling out people, bro. But if you're doing something and nobody, and you just, if you're doing something, bro, and you try to make this big ass freaking like speech about it where it makes yourself sound humble and you're trying to lie to people, bro, like somebody's gonna call you out. Somebody's gonna prove the facts, you know?
Yeah.
And I'd rather be the one proving the facts, whether it gets me hurt or it gets you hurt, I don't care. You
Right.
know, because at the end of the day, they're gonna know you lied. They're gonna know that you're fake as shit. They're gonna know
Yeah.
that you're not gonna
Sometimes
keep
the
it real.
truth hurts.
Yeah. Opinion, and this is, I live by this every day, bro. Opinions are like assholes, and everybody has one.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you should always, choose whose opinion values to you. You know what I'm saying? Because look, like my TikTok account, bro. My TikTok account is totally different from all my other socials because my TikTok account, I kind of do like, you know, social commentary, not necessarily political commentary, but like observing like how this algorithms are trying to make us feel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I definitely know that the war in America right now is not a bombs and gunfire war. Like on some streets it is, and in the hoods, like I get that, but like what people need to understand is this is a war for like hearts and minds, right? So what the communists want, or like any evil entity that's trying to fight against like the freedom, like the people that are being censored, you know what I mean, and like
Yeah.
the censorship for like silly stuff,
Yeah.
all that is for hearts and minds. You know what I mean? They want to take your heart and say, oh, you care about something that you're never going to have an interaction with and is never going to affect you. And then it takes your heart and makes you care about something like that. And then it takes your mind and makes you think this way. Well, what's messed up about it is they say, all right, this guy's searching for this and this guy's searching for this. So what we're going to do is pit them against each other because we're going to say this and this is opposing ideas when really this and this is just two options out of what could be 100.
Yeah.
But all you see is this and this, and all they show you is this and this. You know what I mean?
It's the same shit with the presidential debate, bro. Like it's the same shit. I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved in that on here. I don't believe in it. But
Oh, you don't have to.
Well, I'll say this though: the shit that I hear and I see on my phone, on my TV, you know, whatever, bro. It's just a bunch of people just wanting to make money off of poor people. And that's
It's
literally
fear
all it
monger
is.
using fear. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Using fear. You don't want to get sick. You don't want to die. You don't want the other side to win because it'll be so bad. You know what I mean? Like there's all
Yeah.
this fear mongering, but they've done that for forever, man. Like I said, I'm an older cat. I voted for presidents back in the day before I lost my right to vote, right? But they do this every time. I was in elementary school, and they were saying Bill Clinton or Bob Dole to elementary school kids. We're like, no one cares. It's about ingraining that into your head to start with. You know what I mean? And it gives you it goes back to what I was saying. You see the two options. You see. You know what I mean? Even though it's gray, you get this black and white image, and it's like, it's an illusion of choice.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But see, what's cool about the music game right now and the independent music lane is that there's not really an illusion of choice if you're finding people through other people. Like you were saying, like for me, like this is actually how it went. I was always listening to Jelly Roll. I was listening to Jelly Roll back in the day. Wheels Fall Off, and
Hate Goes On type shit.
Yeah, back in the day, and I was listening to that when I got out. I was listening to him again, but that's how I found Upchurch, and I had heard about him from a couple people, but I had never heard of heard his music. And when I found him, I listened to every song. Then I found Adam Calhoun, listened to every song. You know what I mean? And what's cool is the social media thing where you can like really see the background of people's story, and like they can actually tell you about themselves, that like straight from the horse's mouth. I like that a lot. You know what I mean?
For me, it was always Demon Jones, man. Demon Jones has got a way of just portraying really good. And it went from Demon to Jelly to Church to Struggle. Like Struggle, bro. If Struggle Jennings is a fucking G at this point. Like Struggle talks a lot about this shit. So does Ryan. Ryan talks a lot about this shit. And
yeah, I like Struggle's wordplay a lot, man. He does really cool wordplay for real, and you can really tell he's been locked up too. That's why I like about him. Like I was gonna say, like nowadays you can actually get insight to the artist. Like when Eminem come out, there was this mystique about him. You know what I'm saying? Like there's only a couple interviews with Eminem, like right then, you know what I mean? And when it was TV, you couldn't like just pull up an interview of Eminem, but you had the CD, but that's all you knew about Eminem. You feel me? Whereas like nowadays, like with we'll just say Upchurch, you know, you can go back and see his whole journey. He documented the whole thing. And when I saw that, man, I was like, man, I kind of want to do that because I kind of want to be able to tell my story, but I started this talk show so I could help people tell their story and their side of the music shit too. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, man. You talking about, you know, you started the show to help people and shit. You've actually influenced me and my best friend to start our own show.
That's dope. That's dope.
And we haven't done anything with it yet. We've only made the page and everything else like that. But like, I'm going back to what I said, bro. Self-influence. Self-influence. Right. There's people that influence people to do the bad shit, and there's people that influence the people to do the right shit. You know, and there's so much hate in this world, man. There's so much hate in this world. Either somebody's killing somebody else, or they're telling a poor innocent person to go KMS or whatever, and it's got to stop, bro. With the inflation type shit, with the bullying type shit, bro. It's only gonna get worse as this world progresses. It ain't gonna stop.
Well, on that note, bro, I definitely want to say, man, like because there is so many of these mental health problems and stuff, I definitely want to say that it starts with perspective, bro. It really does. Like I've had buddies that are like, man, I've been wanting to start to work out, but my dog was licking my face, and I'm like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? That is not your dog's fault.
No.
You feel me? Like, or like, man, I was gonna go get a job, but man, no one's hiring. Like, that shit's crazy, bro. It's about effort, and you really do get back what you put in from it. You know, and like I just want to tell you, man, that I really appreciate working with you. You know, and we're working hard on this song. We're going to have it out soon, and we're going to make more music in the future. And I actually want to get you on a hip hop track because the volume 3 for that Southside Sunlight, because I'm going to do a couple volumes, but 3 is going to be all collabs, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely want to get you on there, and we'll write some bars and shit, and we'll figure it out. But I mean, we're pretty much coming to the end and wrapping up everything. So is there anything else you wanted to say before we got to get out of here?
I'm just going to say thank you and show love for all the support that's in this journey that I've met with the people. I love every single one of y'all. Y'all have played a huge impact in my life. And for the ones that I have got caught up in the wrong ways with, I truly apologize and everything else like that, y'all. So I hope y'all stay a buck, and I hope y'all keep it, believe in manifest, and always make the world a better place using your mind, y'all. Love y'all.
Yep. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you again next week.
Yes, sir.
Later, man. Appreciate you.